Who is this car made for? I think they made this car for detectives because it is super silent, it looks like every other car, and it drives like every other car.
No, seriously, who is this car for?
Things I like about this car. I like the color, it is comfortable, it is quiet, it has enough space, and I like the 360-degree camera. But what I like most of all about it is that Smart Switzerland let me film it, because I love to make car films, every month a new one. If you like this, please consider subscribing. Is Smart just making cars to the numbers? Because I don't find a lot of differences between the #1, this one, and the #3. I don't know why they are two different cars.
It has the same power, weight, acceleration, and around the same range as its sister, the #3. But it's 5,000 Swiss francs cheaper. I can't help myself but ask, why? I don't need to be a detective for this. There is a pattern here, a disease that runs through our time like a virus. BMW, Audi, and even Smart's mother company Mercedes, they are already calling their cars by numbers. And who buys the #1? People who let themselves be reduced to numbers. They get paid to mind numbers. They measure and justify their life with numbers. Who else could feel drawn to this lukewarm color splash?
It reminds me of the way we treat clothes. We worry very much about what we wear, but not enough what we do in them.
But the origin of Smart isn't numbers only, it's cheekiness. Smart's first car was so small that it was synonymous with the smallest possible car. What is Smart famous for now? Exactly, I don't know either, and that's a loss. The #1 is not small, not quick, not cheap, and the most annoying thing is the #3 is exactly the same way.
I don't know what's the difference from the 1 to the 3. 3 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. They feel like exactly the same car from where I'm sitting. They look the same, they drive the same, except the other one pretends to be a Brabus. I think this car just exists because it has to, because of a spreadsheet. Smart sat down with its bosses from Mercedes and they said, right, we need two cars, and how do we do this as cheaply as possible? We'll just make a joint venture with Geely. And I'm staggered that it worked out, because these are two different continents. Mercedes in Europe and Geely in China. And it worked out. Despite the language differences, despite the different cultures, it is a car and it drives. It has the same underpinning as the Volvo EX30. There is still some of the Volvo essence in the EX30, even though it's Chinese now. But there is no essence of Smart in this one. It isn't small, but it is way too smart. It is just too much head and no soul. Which makes sense, because a lot of heads worked on it from two different continents. But I don't feel the soul of a single guy that has worked on it. I can only imagine it is because it is built to a spreadsheet. It is built to a number. They even call it a number. #1. And the other one they call the #3. They don't even have names. And that rubs me the wrong way somehow, because we are not robots and we shouldn't convert ourselves to robots just because a couple of companies, just because we like money to the point where we lose ourselves. We are not made to numbers. We don't exist just to improve numbers.
I was hoping for some more courage from Smart. Not just to build two identical cars and not even come up with two different names, but just two different numbers. And maybe that's why they only agree on a cognitive level.
I respect that this car exists with my brain, because I know that a lot of people worked on this. It's like the sanitary building. It is great that it exists, fantastic that it works, but I don't admire it. I think this car is made for soulless people who hide themselves from everybody else and even themselves. For people who just want to fit in, basically. Which is nothing wrong, because we are social creatures and we care about what other people think. But it is not the only thing we care about, and it's not the only thing we can do. And I think it's a shame that people fall prey to it.
I really wanted to love the #1, because Smart Switzerland was kind enough to let me film it. But sadly, it's just a number for me. And
we can use numbers, but we shouldn't let numbers use us. After giving this car back, I don't think I envy people driving a #1 or a #3, but I envy people driving a Civic Type R.